Let the vengeance begin!
Howdy, howdy. TzuDevil here, and welcome to Round 7, the last game in the round robin of Shadow Online Gaming's tournament. I'm going to be playing the Dark Elves against Ragnarok's Tomb Kings. For my lineup, I did go over it in the pre-game, but in case you haven't watched it, I've got two groups of Harpies along with a group of Cold One Knights for that anti-large on this edge. On my far edge, I've got a very wide deployment. I've got two groups of Dark Riders with repeater crossbows for that armor piercing. I've also got another group of Cold One Knights, armor piercing, anti-large. I got a very wide line. I've deployed these Dread Spears out front to take early shots. They have silver shields, and they're in front of the rest of my troops. In the back, the main push, the main infantry I have are these Blackguard Corsairs. They're two chevrons. They have anti-infantry. I've got 3 units of those. I'm already taking some shots here. I've also got 2 units of Witch Elves on the edges, and they serve two purposes. They can get into the infantry fight, and if he has anything big on the side, they can go fight that and cause it to go crazy. And of course, I have Malekith, and for Malekith, I do have the Gaze of Malice, Soul Stealer for the heal, Word of Pain for the accuracy debuff, and the Power of Darkness, Circlet of Iron for the miscast chance, the Spiteful Conjuration, that's what I'm counting on, that minus 15 armor map wide, and of course he has Murderous Prowess, causes fear, and has some physical resistance. Now, for this army from Ragnarok, he's got in his front line 4 skeleton spearmen, and got a chevron on that one. He's got in his backline 2 tomb guards with halberds, 1 chevron on each. For his main midline, his real big damage, he's got 4 Ushapti with great bows. So I expected 3 units with the blessed, or the Regiment of Renown, but he's not there. But he's got 2 Tomb Scorpions on his edges. So he didn't go with Cav, he just went with Tomb Scorpions on the edges. And he's going to plan to use the Ushapti Great Bow and defend them with the Tomb Guards. Now for his Lord, he does have just a Tomb King, and he put him on a Kemrian War Sphinx, so it's fairly inexpensive. He's got the Amulet of Faster, the Amulet of Faster, minus 30 armor, minus 48 missile parry within 55 meters, a pretty big hex. 120 seconds, Tomb Strike, plus 26 melee attack, plus 25% weapon damage, and Scorpion Armor, plus 22% damage resistance until his hit points are below 22%. And of course he's undead, causes fear and terror, and the Circlet of Iron that's that 50% miscast chance. But there's no magic here. Like that was a wasted pick for me, but c'est la vie. So we're gonna get this fight going. Basically, I just want to get my army up and engaged. Okay, I do see those Tomb Scorpions, and I do want to get my Witch Elves on the Tomb Scorpion specifically, and I would like to get a Dread Spear on them. I'm also going to want to get around here with my Harpies, and I got to get on these guys. Now, I have cast Word of Pain on this, so minus 60% accuracy for those Great Bows. Now, they were focusing on Malekith. Now, they have turned to the side. I want to get these guys in on this Tomb Scorpion and these Ushapti with Great Bow and shut them down, so I'm shooting his Great Bow back. And I want to just get these guys around and get onto these Ushapti with Great Bow, get my guys around, get onto that. Now I'm on that Tomb Scorpion. I have my Witch Elves and Dread Spears. This is exactly the engagement I want. I've got my Blackguard Corsairs on these Skeleton Spearmen, and the rest of the engagement is going pretty good. Where's my Witch Elves on this side? I want to take these Witch Elves, just send them out on that Tomb Scorpion, and engage with the rest of my army. Now I've already got these guys coming in the back. I want to get onto these Ushapti with Great Bow and shut them down as quick as I can. I've just got Malekith in here. I got him fairly safe. I can go up against these Skeleton Spearmen, and I am going to send him there to get in for a charge to get some damage, and send these guys in right away just to get on these Ushapti with Great Bow. So I just want to shut them down. I just want to stop them, and then get in here for a charge with my cavalry, my Cold One Knights. So now these guys are reforming another back line. So I want to get my Dark Riders in here. They've been hit a little bit, and I want to start shooting, but I'm eventually just going to give them a charge order. Go in there and fight, boys. That's all I want to do. So he's got my Cold One Knights. He's beating them down. But these engagements, really, I have Dread Spears here. I have the Witch Elves against the Tomb King and the Scorpion. He has focused on my Cold One Knights, but now I've got this charge on. So I've got in here, and I'm going to send this guy here. I brought the Harpies back. I got onto here, so I'm basically collapsing on his range. Now there's a lot of gold and a lot of power, and my Murderous Prowess goes off right at this point. So Now I've got the Spiteful Conjuration going off. You know, I don't know if it's the Murderous Prowess, Spiteful Conjuration, and I'm really starting to collapse his infantry. These Tomb Guards with Halberds, you know, they're going to last for a while because they're up against Dread Spears, but really all through the line I've started to collapse his infantry. Everything's going good right here. I'm on that Tomb Scorpion. He's going to periodically go nuts and he can't control him. So this Tomb King, he's going to come around and try and kill these Cold One Knights. I've got this Tomb Scorpion been fighting, but really the big thing is here, I've shut these guys down. These Ushopti with Great Bows, I'm chasing these guys down, and I've absolutely collapsed those Ushopti with Great Bows. These are the only two left. These guys are about to go. Now I just got to finish these Tomb Guards up, finish this Scorpion up. I've got the right units on here. Just chase them up, push everyone out, make sure they're good. Now I got to come and recollapse. So everything's good down here. Now I just got to send this unit in, collapse down on those Tomb Guard, collapse down on his Lord. Now I'm just bringing everybody in to get everything going. I have everything well under control with these Ushopti with Great Bow. Malekith is perfectly safe. I still have Murderous Prowess going off. You know, this pocket is going okay. I mean, I got the right units in here, and but they're doing fine. They got a lot of health left. I got these Harpies still going after the Ushopti with Great Bow. I've got my Dark Riders just harassing these Ushopti right here, and these guys are going nuts. They've got that Witch Elf thing on them, so he can't control these guys. So they're just going to fight, and they're fighting against the Dread Spears and Witch Elves, which is not really good. So I just want to bring in here Malekith. I just want to charge in here. Might as well get in there and get some damage on the Tomb Guards. I want to crumble them because their leadership is getting incredibly low. I've got everything on these Ushopti. They can't fire. Now they're decent enough in melee and they can keep fighting, but really I've got these guys crumbling. Minus 63 leadership, minus 56 leadership, got them crumbling, and I'm now just collapsing in here. I've got everything done here. I can pull these guys back. I've just got to get this Tomb Scorpion and the Tomb King, and the Tomb Guards with Halberds are crumbling. Everything's crumbling, and you know, get some shots in here, and that's about it. So really intense fight, sort of point and click, you know. Sweet carnage. I hope you guys heard that. I hope that came through. Wow, just an intense fight for the playoffs. I've officially made the playoffs in my first ever tournament. I don't know if that's you know, I feel good about it, you know. A very good game to Ragnarok. Love his channel. Go subscribe. Definitely go watch his perspective on the battle. And if you like my campaigns, you'll like his campaigns too. He plays very carefully, and he plays on Legendary as well. You know, these guys, you know, did what I wanted them to do. Like 21 kills, only 0 with these guys, but they were fighting the Tomb Scorpion the whole time. 50-12. These guys were really the heroes, the champs. 86, 76, 100. They still had lots of health left. Did really good right down that center. Collapsed the infantry for the most part. These Witch Elves are so annoying to play against. I know that. And they did good, 30 and 29, but they focused on the big stuff. You know, my Cold One Knights didn't do that great. You know, but they both got a chevron. You know, 10 and 9 kills, but they went after the big stuff. Now these Dark Riders, I originally wanted to just shoot with them, but you know, I just put him into melee mode to go after these Ushopti with Great Bow. And then sent these Harpies were amazing. They're just the complete MVPs of this match, I think, for me. They only got 2 kills each, but they just mucked up the Ushopti with Great Bow. Really, 31, 19, 19, and 24 for units that cost 1,000 is something that you just can't have that. They're really expensive units, and they got to perform. The Tomb Scorpions did good, 59, 57. They did just fine. You know, they picked up some chevrons. Tomb Scorpions are really, really good. In my video, looking at the Tomb Scorpions from a dwarf perspective, looking at the Tomb Kings, these Tomb Scorpions are the unit that I fear the most when I play the dwarfs. Really, really good. The low tier infantry, you know, I brought low tier infantry in my Tomb Kings build, and Ragnarok did exactly the same. These Tomb Guards, for backline protections, I thought, well, maybe he could bring a different mix of this. Didn't have Cav, which I didn't expect, and just brought a basic Tomb King. It was, you know, 75 kills on that War Sphinx. He definitely did okay, but yeah, you know, it's hard to say if this build is good and useful because, you know, your builds can be exposed pretty fast. But in this case, it just worked. Very happy with the fight. Hope you guys found that interesting. I'd love to hear some comments down below. Going into the playoffs, you know, it's something I didn't expect. Playing factions I've never played before, and I'm very happy with my performance so far. You know, a lot of holes in my game, obviously, but you know, and they were very, very, very badly exposed in some of my games. But I'm happy finishing the pool at 3-3. I couldn't have asked for more. I put in a lot of hard work before this tournament started to try and bring up my game a little bit, try and learn factions that I don't normally play, try to get some feel for them. And Deacon Total War, he helped me train. Same with Zardar. Did a lot of training with Zardar Total Warrior. Zardar's an extremely good player, so if you're not subscribed to Zardar's channel, go subscribe to him right now. He plays campaign and multiplayer, so he's kind of a cross between the two, and he has extremely good micro. And if you go back and look at my prep for game 1 against Shadow Online Gaming, I have 2 test matches. I played with Zardar as the Lizardman against the Chaos, against Chaos, and he played Chaos, and he just beautiful micro, tons of pressure. I actually really like practicing against him because he puts on so much pressure from the outsides, and he's quite a good multiplayer player. So he really helped me train for using other factions that aren't the dwarves, and it was really great. So a big thank you to Zardar. I'd definitely love for some of you guys to go and thank Zardar on my behalf, and thank Deacon on my behalf, and especially to thank Shadow on my behalf. I actually, when he first asked if I would play in this tournament, you know, I looked at the rules and knew I wasn't going to be able to play the dwarfs. And I said, no, not really, but if you really need someone, I'll play, but otherwise, you know, we'll let other people play. And Shadow just said, nope, you're playing. So I'm like, oh my god, okay, time to get ready. And I didn't have a lot of time, so really, really excited and happy right now, obviously, that I've at least had a good showing and performed fairly well, you know, for my skill level, for my old age. My old man fingers aren't really fasty clicky, you know, bangy bangy, you know, but my mind is still working just fine. And the planning that I know a lot of you guys really like has definitely paid off, and the practice, you know, I played rugby for many years and I coached rugby for many years, and it all comes down to planning and practice and planning and vice versa. So quite happy with the results so far, and you know, now I'm gonna move on, so I'm gonna have to make another video or even more. I mean, I thought this was gonna be it. Really no plans, and really no plans to get into the playoffs, so I've got to rethink and look at my armies. The playoffs are structured so that it will be a best of 3, you know, so the first 2 choices are in any of my playoff matches. One of them is of course going to be the dwarfs. It's not hard to counterpick against me. I mean, that's fair. You can counterpick the dark elves, you can counterpick chaos, you know, you can counterpick. There's some counters to the dwarfs. It's not hard to do that. You know, pretty easy to pick against when it comes to that. So I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be, but whatever I'm facing with the dwarfs, I'm going to put in my very best effort and hopefully, you know, do well at least. So that's that. I hope you guys found it interesting. Love to hear from you in the comments, and I will see you soon.